You're listening to and now watching Grand Theft Audio with Jake Belcher. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Belcher. Oh shit! Hey guys, didn't realize it. It's must be 6 o'clock here, Wednesday at the studios of T Radio V. I'm Jake Belcher. You're watching Grand Theft Audio. I gotta say, I'm a little bit thrown off today. I don't even know the right way to say this. Okay, so for the last couple of days, I've been reading some news reports that have been very, very disturbing to me. The type that can really bring retribution back on our entire society if people don't take it the right way. Okay, so I was sitting at home having a normal, nice day, and I see this story come across that talks about how Hitler had a tiny, deformed penis. And we're putting this out there on the news all over the place, and we're just expecting us German people to stand by and listen to that and be like, okay, you can make fun of Hitler's tiny deformed penis. We'll all just laugh and smile and pretend like we don't hear what you're saying. But then I saw another thing came out today that made me feel good. I saw somebody posted it on Facebook, and I went to go click on that button that says like or don't like, and they finally have upgraded it to having new things you can say on there. So I got to put into effect today the angry button. So anybody who puts up stories about Hitler's tiny deformed penis, be prepared for me to click that angry button to let you know just how I feel. To get another perspective on this, I'd like to bring in my regular co-host. It's been a couple weeks since he's been on, but I think he's going to be with us more often now. He's been doing the show with me since 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent Thoman.
Thank you, Jake.
How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I think you're here. You rode down in the car with me today,
You're
and
right.
I had a melancholy over me.
Yep,
a little
little
bit. You could
bit.
tell something was wrong. I felt you wanted to ask what was wrong.
Yeah, I had kind of sensed that there was something off, but I didn't know for sure, and I figured, you know what, it's just pre-show jitters, maybe.
Yeah.
So, is this what was really bothering you?
No, but I think it's hilarious.
I do too. I love the story.
How long does someone have to be gone before we can learn even more just terrible, terrible things about him?
No kidding. Just the deformity, the fact that he has to pee out of the base of it,
So
it's not the tip.
Okay, I'll say this. I didn't even know that.
Oh, you didn't? I read the entire article, dude. I was like, are
Cue
you
me
kidding
into
me?
everything I need to know about Hitler's tiny deformed.
He was apparently diagnosed with what was called a micropenis, which means it's smaller than 2 inches when flaccid and less than 5 inches when it's erect.
Okay, that's not quite micro, but I get it.
Yeah, I get it. But they're saying anything smaller than that. They're not saying how big he actually was. They also said that this was one of that this deformity is one of the reasons why he was uncomfortable being in any state of undress in any kind of photos or film or anything.
Was there a lot of naked pictures going on during his
no,
time?
that's the thing. They wanted to be able to. They wanted to do more stuff for propaganda to promote him as this energetic leader.
Just a giant dick on him.
Exactly. Well, they didn't. I don't think they had that technology back then. I mean, they could have probably made some kind of prosthetic and said, "Here, just wear this, and everyone will think you're normal."
Sure.
But yeah,
he had to pee out of the base of it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
the
man.
hole, the urethral hole is at the base
That's
of
hilarious.
it. And then also he had one testicle that hadn't descended, so it was still stuck up inside of him. So
He had a stuck-up ball.
yeah, you got a stuck-up ball. So that's what I took away from it. I was like, really?
Ball.
But I do agree.
Yeah.
Why is it now in 2016 we're learning about this, and why do we care now? If it wasn't news back in 1946 when he died and they found his body and they buried him, why is it now? What, 50 years later, 60 years later, 70?
There's something that we have to be distracted by, right?
I guess so.
That's what it always is. There's some other news that's going on, and now we need to be distracted. Well, they found Hitler up there. He looks shady, man. He's definitely grabbing his balls and
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with me, Mama?
Well, I mean, that was the thing. His official biographer, of course, was required to say that he was, that he had multiple women as basically concubines during his period as leader there. But of course, everyone knew of like Ava Braun. But there were no children. This is one of the reasons why.
See, this is like the type of thing that seems like it should come from like my first news story of the week. This week, The Onion, at least it's come out, that The Onion was bought by Hillary Clinton's biggest donor. So now all the stories about that come out of The Onion, they're, like you have to at least think that they're going to lean more towards her side.
Right.
And the first stories have come out, and they are like, oh, she's a good leader, but she could be a little bit stronger. They're not even trying to make jokes about it. They really are just a propaganda arm now for the Clinton part of the White House.
This isn't a super PAC. This is an actual just donor.
Right. This donor apparently also owns Univision, and
okay.
decided to buy this arm just for like really the election, so that they could have more stories out there that make Hillary look good.
Yeah, because they've got plenty of stories to make Trump look bad.
Sure.
And they love running with that. So may as well have some of the good stuff to try and get that Hispanic vote to head over her way.
Way.
Well, which was kind of surprising, because I did hear that Trump did take a very large portion of the Hispanic vote at the Nevada caucus. So it's really surprising. There's like really the Hispanic community is voting his direction.
They're probably going
too?
to pay for that wall that he's talking about. I mean, that's what he says is going to happen. Maybe he's really got it like that with him, and we just don't recognize it.
Yeah.
Because I have to say, I don't hang around a lot of like, quinceañeras talking about what they think about Trump. So
no,
maybe they like him a lot more than I think that they do.
He's on the Republican side, and that party is definitely more about like core family values, and the Hispanic community is very much like that.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I wouldn't have thought of. Good point.
So anyway, that's what I've got on the politics this week. I mean, I saw the list of like Hillary's donors compared to Bernie Sanders' donors, and it's just like, okay, so he's getting less money from these major contributors, but they're not the same people, and hers are just astronomical numbers compared to hundreds of thousands compared to just tens of thousands. It's just
they have a lot more people to blackmail,
Yeah.
So they got that going for them.
They've got to buy more super PAC delegates, or the super delegates. That's how they got to get them somehow.
Yeah, it's all a fucking sham. Bernie Sanders is winning the popular vote, but he doesn't have these super delegates. So that even if he wins everything on the way out, it's like he still can't actually win. The whole thing's just goddamn bullshit. It's so discouraging. It makes you not want to pay attention to any of it.
This next week though, it's going to be nothing but, because we got Super Tuesday next Tuesday, March 1st.
Did they put a cape on the day?
No, it's just where everybody's going to get to go out and vote. But you should, instead of getting a little "I voted" tag, I totally think that'd be great. An "I voted" cape. Just a little red cape that you get to wear, or blue, whichever side you're on.
I'm all about capes.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a chance to wear a cape, I'm down with it. These people don't get to wear a cape. I hate the story, man. This makes me sick. In Argentina, I don't know, Argentina. They apparently they're having like a nice beach day. And everyone's swimming around and having a nice day, and they look out and like, oh, there's a little baby dolphin. Let's go get that little baby dolphin. And like they swim over and they grab the little baby dolphin and they hoist it up out of the water and they walk around like, oh, this thing's beautiful. Let's all take pictures with it. It's amazing. Like everyone get close and take pictures. They did it for so long, like they forgot that the dolphin needs water on it.
Needs to stay in the water, especially a young dolphin.
Yeah, and they ended up killing it, man. This is some footage of it.
Oh, so they actually got video of it too, not just because I saw the selfies that got out there.
You saw some of the selfies?
Yeah.
Shit, man, I've been holding on to mine. Well, how long do you think I have to like wait to post it?
Post your selfies with the dolphin?
With the dead dolphin?
With the dead dolphin.
I mean, there's a lot of people who have some dope pictures with this thing that are like, oh man, I'm not allowed to post this anymore. This sucks. Maybe they will like put someone else's face on their body, and they'll be like, oh, it was them who did it.
What was the most disturbing one you saw?
I didn't see.
Really?
This is what I've seen. I've seen this same fat Argentinian guy hold up in front of children and stuff. He's like, "Hey, kids, touch my slick dolphin." It's the same guy in every one of his pictures. Then there's that with the dead dolphin laying on the ground. I didn't actually see anybody with a smile and like
Well, okay, I did see one. I'm going to see if I can try and find it. Maybe on the break I can.
I looked. I couldn't find any.
There was one in which there was this girl. The dolphin was
she hot?
She's in a
Does she
bikini.
have titties out?
Yeah, well, she's in a bikini. She's a
nice.
good looking girl.
Yeah.
But she's
picture.
like straddled the back of this little baby dolphin.
I like the word straddled.
Yes.
But it's weird with baby.
Yeah.
Straddled the baby is not a good combination.
Even stranger when you throw in baby dolphin at the very end.
Yeah.
So, but I saw these few pictures and I was like, I can't believe that these people were that inhumane. I mean, I can understand going out in the water and playing with it around, but getting up onto the beach and like,
oh shit, there you go. Wow, look at that, man.
Yeah, there she is. There she is. That's what I was. I saw that today. So
that's the same baby dolphin? No,
that might be a different one.
That's going to be a different one. That one looks like it
a lot
lives,
bigger,
you know?
and it also looked a lot.
That was
bigger.
just a hot chick on a dolphin. Like,
again, like when I saw it, I thought of the dolphin post that you had put up with a couple of days ago. I mean, it hit. Of course, because I follow you, it's the top of my Facebook.
Hell yeah,
thing.
You follow me. You smart. You know what to do.
Yeah, I think everyone listen. You need to follow Jake Belcher.
Yeah, just do it.
on Facebook and
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Constantly putting up good stuff for people to chime in on.
Oh, we got two more before we go to our break.
Okay, let's do it.
We got a city in Canada called Cape Breton.
I love it.
Yeah, Cape Breton has decided to start advertising to buy houses there now, so that when Trump wins the election, you can just move that day.
Yes, you can be a political refugee in Canada on this wonderful little island where they want you.
You know, it's a nice idea, but they're not willing to give me any discounts for it or anything.
No.
So,
They just want our money.
I don't
want
to go to Cape Breton. If I had to move to Canada, I'd go to Vancouver. I understand that, that's at least a halfway party town.
Yeah, indeed.
Last thing, I was checking out one of my friend's links. Facebook again, you see things.
Right.
I got this friend from Scandinavia. His kid is totally into this weird rock band. Let's see if we have a picture of him up here. This is the trailer to their movie. Yeah, they are called Heavy Saurus. They are a dinosaur and a dragon heavy metal band. I can't tell if I've just gotten too old to tell when something's really, really terrible, or if there's any real merit to this as a project.
Is this just guar for kids?
It's not as gross. It doesn't have all the juices getting.
Well, that's why I'm saying it's for kids. It's more family friendly costumes. I mean, they look like fun little dinosaurs that you'd want to.
They look delightful.
I'm
garbage pail kids.
It's going to be turned into a cartoon series here in the United States. We'll see it on Cartoon Network in the next couple of years.
Very possible.
Heavy Saurus, and
Very
it's a heavy metal dinosaur rock and roll band.
Very possible. Hey, we got to go off to our first commercial break. We're going to come back on the other side. We have all of our normal stuff we get into, our holidays, and we have a couple of guests coming in, Toby Muresianu and Jessie Kahnweiler. It's going to be great. So come on back in 2 minutes. This is Grand Theft Audio on T Radio V. I'm Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thoman.
2 minutes, guys.
Metsästä kuului kauheita jytinää, ihan niin kuin siellä olisi ollut karhu. Ja sellaisia kuljeskelee näillä nurkilla tälläkin hetkellä. No tuun sun mukaan, kun sua kerran pelottaa. Hei! Onpas paikat jäykkänä.
Mitäs poikia te oikeastaan olette?
Me ollaan hevisauruksia.
Come to daddy!
Hernekeittoa.
Kuule, mulla olisi sulle bisnesehdotus.
Me niitä kaikkia tarvitse voidaan yksi panna lihot saman tien.
Ne pitää vapauttaa.
Iskä, mä rakastan sua.
Nyt mä kyllä näytän sille Maksimille.
Suuri juuranoid, pallosalamalla ratsastaa. Suuri juuranoid, maanpainovoiman voittaa. Suuri juuranoid, pallon nopeudella singahtaa. Suoraan avaruuteen.
Asiaa!
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hello, T Radio V.
Hello for us.
Hi guys, my name is Steve Renazizi.
My name is Mary Elizabeth Ellis.
My name is Katie Aselton.
You're watching TV on the radio, but you're not watching it, you're listening to it, because radio on TV.
Hi, T Radio V.
Keep that radio going inside that television set.
I love T Radio V.
Trust her.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio and TV.
You're watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
And we're back on Grand Theft Audio Radio on T Radio V. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thoman.
And as always, we appreciate you guys hanging around. And there's something we do on the show every week.
Every week.
Yeah, at this time. So let's get into our holidays.
Certainly.
Dig it, dig it. Okay, our first. Yeah.
There we go.
Dude, this is, Have you okay, I saw the new movie this week. Have you seen it yet?
Which one?
The new Vacation.
No. Oh, the one with
Ed Helms.
Right, Ed Helms playing Russ.
Yeah,
right?
have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's fucking garbage. This song is still the best part of that entire thing.
Okay.
All right, what do we got going on? We have a Bake for Family Fun Month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm always down for baked goods, so
sure.
Bring it on.
I know your mom was a big baker and stuff. Do you have like recipes that you learned when you were a kid?
I have a very nice book of recipes that
Sure.
my mom compiled over the years of different family recipes and hers. So, yeah, I've got some nice baked good ones. So, what about you? I know that you and your wife do a lot of baking, especially
Sure.
around the holidays.
Sure, and we do it for
Excuse me.
a lot of fun. It takes a long time during the holidays to do all the baking that we do.
Well, the sheer amount of food that you guys end up producing and then packaging up. I mean, we really did enjoy those extra boxes of goodies that didn't make it into the goodie baskets of others.
I'm super close to being done with all my holiday goodies.
Oh, really?
Like, I still have them. It's crazy how long they've lasted.
Well, we really did enjoy the walnuts and the pecans this year.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. But good on the bacon.
Let's see what else we have. This is International Boost Self-Esteem Month.
Oh.
Like, do you have anything that you feel more self-esteem of lately?
Yes and no, because I should be humble about it.
Sure.
But yeah, my self-esteem has definitely improved over the last 36 days now. I recently started attending AA meetings, so it's been a very interesting last 36 days. All very good. Clear and bright-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up not feeling like shit. Not fucking up work and other things because of it. So.
Well, I'm very proud of you.
And I appreciate that.
And I know it's something that you've wanted to address for a while, and I'm very, very proud of you for doing that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Sure.
I'm very proud of myself as well, but at the same time, I need to remember that I've got to get through today, too.
Yeah, that's true, man. Like, it
absolutely.
is an everyday thing.
It certainly is.
That's right.
What else we got?
This is one that we don't have any world to deal with anymore.
Okay.
But it does continue into adulthood. It is National Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm aware that there's teen violence and there's teen dating, and they would probably have to mix at some point.
I think that's probably the scariest thing there could be is the person that you love and you're with is physically abusive
Absolutely.
to you.
Absolutely.
It's fucking terrible. And you hear stories about, this is just the last time he's going to beat me. And I'm not going to
He didn't really mean it.
Yeah, we love each other. And like they're sitting there covered in bruises and shit. And you're like, oh, that's good. Like, I guess stay together for some reason that I don't have a good... I have no good reason.
Those are people. That's why you have to boost the self-esteem this month. Sure. Those women and those men who are in that kind of relationship, their esteem needs to be boosted, so that they can think better for themselves and get out of these horrible situations they find themselves in.
Yeah, that's just awful, man.
It's
something that I don't think I'm ever going to get beaten up in a relationship. I mean, maybe I'll be like the victim someday of elder abuse or something. Like, I'm sure at some point I'm going to be in like a victim-y position, but I've just never really been there.
Right.
So, hey, lucky me, right?
Indeed.
Oh, lucky me, big white guy who nothing happens to.
Nope, not in our society.
No, it doesn't happen here. As it's the end of the month, we have to say goodbye to Black History Month.
Yep.
Did you do anything specifically to acknowledge or celebrate this year?
I didn't mute the TV whenever they brought it up during the newscasts, I
Well,
guess.
that's good.
Yeah. I listened so I could
good.
learn a little bit.
I saw a sign that really bothered me.
Okay.
Going down into Long Beach, it says, celebrate Black History Month. Call 1-800-GET-THIN.
Oh, I love that.
I'm
Yes,
like,
yes.
Why have they decided to take on the "Let Your New Life Begin"? Call 1-800-GET-THIN. Why have they decided just arbitrarily to take on
Are they
Black
saying,
History Month?
I don't know. I mean, are they kind of implying that there's an obesity epidemic in the
It
black
might be
community,
that,
and
man.
that they need
It
to?
might be.
If you give us a call that during this month, and if you come in as an African American, they're going to get a discount.
So I called them up.
Okay.
And I said, hey, I'd like to celebrate Black History Month. How would you recommend I do that?
And what did they tell you?
Like, well, we have programs like for weight loss and stuff. What do you mean? I said, well, yeah, I see this big poster here that says Celebrate Black History Month by calling 1-800-GET-THIN. And
so, yeah, what are your suggestions?
What do you got? You know, like, do you have any, recommended reading lists, or do you have like a video or a newsletter? I mean,
Right.
they had nothing. Like, they should really prepare their operators for me to call.
Right.
Because I can't be the only lunatic that reads that and thinks, I got to call and find out how to celebrate.
Right. And then if it does come up, if they don't have the answer, well, if you could hold on just a second, I'll get the person.
They didn't even try that.
Of course not.
They just tried to sell me into their program. I said, well,
When
does
do
it
you-
matter that I'm black?
when do you
do
go-
I get a black discount for Black History Month? And they did not commit to that.
Okay, but they didn't convince you to go get the lap band or anything then.
No,
Okay.
they wanted to know like how severely overweight I was. And I told them, well, that's personal.
Indeed.
But they wouldn't actually give me like any real way of celebrating. So that bothered me.
Right.
I didn't like that at all.
Well, it's great advertising though, isn't it?
It made me call.
It made you call.
It made me
It
call.
got us to talk about it here. So
Sure, 1-800-GET-THIN probably, they may get some business out of this.
Who
If
knows?
I have any fat friends, you don't have to be black, apparently. You can just call up and get their services for money. It's a good deal.
sounds good indeed.
We have some weekly holidays.
Oh, good. What do we got this week?
What do we got this week? This is National Eating Disorders Awareness Week.
Great.
Yeah, so how many eating disorders can you name?
I can honestly only think of two.
Two? Okay,
Yeah.
which ones you got?
Anorexia and then bulimia.
Anorexia is
where you diet excessively and then exercise excessively to the point where you're actually damaging your body because you're not feeding it properly. Super skinny, emaciated people.
but they look good, right?
No, they don't. I've unfortunately seen pictures of some of these women who, especially, it definitely seems to happen more to women than it does to men. But the pictures I've seen, women who are 76 pounds and 5'6".
They look like piano keys on like their ribs.
It's just skin and bones. There's just nothing else there. There's nothing other than the fact.
Let's talk about the other one. Let's talk about the hot disorder.
The
What's that
bulimia,
one?
the throw up one. That is hot, because that one lets you eat whatever you want, and then when you're done, you go, okay, well, I'm just going to go get rid of it the opposite way I'm supposed to. I don't need to go through my system. I'll just get it back out later.
Is there a thing where speed counts? Where like the quicker you get it out of you, the less it breaks down. So like if you can go throw it up right away, you kind of get less calories than if you wait like an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure. Your body hasn't processed a certain amount of that. I just look at the sheer unpleasantness of the times I've had to vomit, which have been many, unfortunately.
Have you ever vomited something and you're like, oh, that tasted pretty good now too?
What's
the worst tasting thing to like re-vomit?
I can't think of the worst tasting thing. The things that I can remember specifically that didn't.
Medicine.
You're right. Absolutely.
Medicine.
I remember, you know what, as a kid, I remember taking NyQuil one of the very first times I was a kid, and I got it partway down and swallowed some of it, and then my gag reflex came back, and boom, bringing everything back with that awful acrid taste that comes from the original NyQuil. Yeah, that's pretty rough. But, if
have you ever thrown up strawberry ice cream?
I have thrown up ice cream, not specifically strawberry.
I remember throwing up strawberry ice cream, and I'm like, that's still pretty good.
It's not that bad. I think it's because
not
it
that
coats
bad.
on the way back up.
It helps.
And there is that pleasant flavor that's hopefully still there. Hasn't
It
mixed
helps.
enough with everything else that's in your gut.
Yeah, you don't want like fish.
No fish. No somewhat chewed meats. No thanks.
Okay, other eating disorders. There's also like body dysmorphia, where you think that you're
right.
terrible huge
But
fat person, but you're really thin.
Right. I think that's more of a mental condition rather than an actual eating disorder. But I'm sure it does affect
I think
your.
those
It definitely
eating disorders are kind of mental conditions.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm a fatty. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna look good in these underpants.
Well, usually the women who have bulimia aren't overweight to begin with. They're women who start to indulge and then start to feel that they've gotten fat, and to be able to continue to feel attractive, they then go and do that, and that then becomes overtakes their mind and possesses them to take on worse and worse.
I'm not saying that this
actions.
is a good idea, but if you have this problem, you can record it and sell it to like Japanese businessmen for a pretty decent amount of
Those
cash.
guys will buy pretty much anything. There is a fetish for everything in that country.
Sure.
'Cause I mean, maybe it would sell here, but you would definitely have some Chinese or Japanese businessmen who just like, throw up videos, wonderful.
The difference is like we'll watch a video of it, but they want like a vending machine with like cups of it that you could buy from like the girl who.
Right.
Okay, look, that's not true.
Cups of
that's
that.
not true.
Wonderful.
I tried to start that business and it failed pathetically, so it's not true. Yeah, it's not true.
All right, we had some dailies going on. Or we had any more weeklies?
We'll get to the dailies on the other side of our break.
Oh, it's break time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even sure if we have
Flew
either
by.
one of our. Yeah, it does go by fast. I'm not even sure if either one of our guests are here. My guess is no, so we'll have to really drag it out. Grand Theft Audio on T Radio V. I don't know. Drag it out, man.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hi, I'm Bob Nalbandian, and be sure to watch my show Inside Metal, which airs live every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on T Radio V. I'm going to be bringing in the greatest heavy metal artists live right here in the studio. Once again, every week at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Tuesday, right here at tradiov.com, radio in TV.
If the fish swam out of the ocean and grew legs and they started walking, and the apes climbed down from the
Hey geeks, wake up! We've got big news. I'm not gonna mumble this time. Geekscape, the long-running movie video game. Let me do one more. Hey geeks, we got big news! Geekscape, your favorite show about movies, video games, comics, and TV, is coming to T Radio V Monday, October 6th. And it'll be on every Monday from then on, 7 p.m. Until the apocalypse happens, we're all eaten by zombies.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
So we can all agree what's going on with the police and black people right now is totally insane. Now, despite my dark skin and chin hair, I am actually a stupid white bitch. And my one black friend told me that because I'm white, I have all of these privileges, and I get treated totally different by the cops than black people get treated.
I'm Jessie. I'm an Aquarius. I'm single.
But I don't know if that's true, so we gotta figure this out. Come on, let's get arrested.
What do you feel about like white privilege? Meaning like, as a white woman, do you think that I can get away with more?
Yes, you can, and you know it.
Any coconut water? I'm really thirsty.
Let's talk about white privilege.
You can have this nice house, you can do whatever you want to do, but you will never get away with the same thing that, you know, Jimmy Go White Boy will get away with.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Chad.
Chad, oh my God, that's like the whitest name ever. I love it. You're like found America.
Have you ever been messed with the police?
Yes, I've been messed with. I've been beat up by the police.
And what did you do to get beat up?
Run.
Have you ever been fucked with by the police?
No.
Never drunk in public. I feel like you'd be the kind to expose yourself at a Dodgers game. Do you think that white privilege exists?
I don't understand your question of white privilege.
You take an 18-year-old and put a badge and a gun in his hand, and give him that much power, they overdo it.
White privilege, like white people can get away with stuff that black people couldn't get away with.
I don't believe in that.
Do you feel like white privilege exists? Like, do you feel like, oh, for sure. Well, I gotta tell you something. I've sucked black cock. I've sucked white cock. They're both equally disgusting. And if there's one piece of advice you think like to give to citizens to foster peace between the LAPD and the citizens of LA, what would you say?
Just abide by the law.
So you think as a white girl I could get arrested?
Yeah, you can get arrested. What makes you different than other race?
All right, party people, back here on Grand Theft Audio Radio. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brent Thoman.
You just watched a bit of a clip from I think she's like a youth.
Very sexy.
No, so super, very sexy.
Very famous.
Very famous, very sexy, very racist. very hot though. Hot and sexy racist.
That's all that matters.
Are you just introducing me?
Oh yeah, that's true. How are you, Toby? Well, let's ignore Jesse.
Let's say.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in and
No. Go ahead.
See, she knows.
An opportunity.
She knows.
White men, you guys don't have enough opportunity to speak.
You know they're supposed to be. No, we're talking about Jessie Kahnweiler. Jessie, how you doing?
I'm so good. No, I'm all right.
So she comes in. She's like, I know you've been talking shit about me.
I feel like you guys are really mad at me.
You know,
I'm always like worried but it's like, no, but you guys don't care.
No, we don't really give a shit.
You're just like sitting here jacking off, hanging out.
Basically, we were talking about one of the subjects that we were going to get into with you. This is National Eating Disorders Month.
Eating Disorders Awareness Month.
Eating Awareness Month.
Yeah, you're celebrating eating disorders.
You're celebrating eating disorders. We've decided the top.
How do you even know what that is, Jake? I'm so impressed that you know that.
Thank you. I got a T-shirt, and it said February is National Eating Disorders Awareness Month.
There's this wonderful website that lets you know all the holidays going on. You can just get them as T-shirts.
You covered Black History, and now you're like, all right, we need something else.
Actually, we were saying goodbye to it.
Everyone else's job, you know. Yeah.
I'm just glad that Eating Disorder Month is the skinniest month of the year.
Hilarious. Though this year, it's had a little bit of a problem.
Oh yeah.
It's getting a little fat. Like it has almost like an extra whole chunk of.
Yeah, it's put on a few days.
Yeah, it's just really, really gross.
Put on an extra 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right in the hips.
I feel like next year I'll get it straightened out though.
That's
keep it on for a little while.
It's very,
God,
optimistic.
you look like that
you.
guy from Ordinary People. Does anyone ever tell you that?
The guy who rapes a kid in the basement?
No, the guy.
Thank God.
You know that movie Ordinary People from the 70s?
Judd
Robert
Hirsch?
Redford. Yeah, Robert Redford directed it.
Is it Judd Hirsch?
Yeah. No.
Oh my God.
You look like the boy that Mary Tyler Moore's son. He's an American Crime. It's a compliment.
Is this just a way to...
You're naming
Timothy Hutton? Timothy Sutton?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Many times I've been told I look
you.
like Timothy Hutton.
Yeah.
On a weird coincidence, this week is also National Compliment Week. So, Brent, you should take that as a compliment.
Thank you for the compliment, Jesse.
You want to start with your guess?
Who do you think that Toby looks like?
Ooh.
Somebody that I rejected on Tinder.
Oh, no. You had to rub it in a second time.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Oh, we're matching.
Yeah. I usually get Finch from American Pie. That's what I'll get.
I can see that.
Okay.
Or sometimes Jesse Eisenberg or something.
Oh,
like
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Sure, you got it, man.
I do agree. I like the flannel going on. Totally, just like you're just getting the '90s right back.
This is my dead grandfather's.
The two of them.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, look,
Alvin. I'm channeling Alvin.
At least you waited till he died. You didn't want to take it when he's living, or did you take it when he was living and make him cold? Is that why he died?
He was
Is
dead,
that why
and
he
then
died?
we raided my grandma's closet.
Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah.
Actually, the two of you together make me want to eat pancakes. I want a lumberjack breakfast or something.
Ah.
Nice.
All right. Well.
That's cool. Moving on.
Sorry, I can't help you out more.
You still do the Axl Rose thing.
Still, I know.
Yeah.
That's working for you. Okay.
I know I'm gonna give it up someday. A couple of
it.
times I've walked out with it off. My wife doesn't even see me without it off. She's like, "What's going on? Are you feeling okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." What's wrong? She's like, "Your bandana's not on." I'm like, "Oh shit, I better go put it on."
When did you find someone to marry you?
I know. I'm coming up on this will be my 6th year.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, she's told.
No, you live alone, like in Reseda.
With like
Yes.
with ferrets, right? That's weird.
You're married.
Yeah.
Wow, you don't give off married vibe.
You know, I work real hard not to.
What's your wife like?
She is
One of the most understanding and
Sure.
She must be so patient.
very patient
sure.
women you'll ever meet.
She's also a ferret.
No, that's only what she dresses up when they do furries.
I make her
nights.
wear the costume, but she's not really one. I mean, like, the law wouldn't allow that.
We got to change that law.
Man, we got to do that. Hey, we're talking about some things you guys, before you got here. Have you guys noticed what the new options are on Facebook for likes?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess we
Not
also
the
have you seen these, Jesse? Have you seen what we got
No.
going on? Toby, do you know enough to tell Jesse what happened?
Yeah, instead of just when you click like now, it'll pop up a few different options like a big smiley face or a haha or a sad face or like an angry face. So you can pick one of those.
Now you get like, love, haha, wow, sad, and angry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is there because I missed the dislike button.
Yeah, dislike is basically the new angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see like when people post like really contentious racial stuff.
Sure.
How it'll be, look in the emoji sense.
Did this just start today?
Today.
Okay. That makes sense because I remember yesterday liking a whole bunch of shit and nothing coming up.
Yeah.
And
Well, you have to kind of hover over the like button. To
Well, no,
make
I
these
just brought
other
up
things.
a post just randomly hit the click and now it's saying
What color is the smiley?
You racist bitch.
No, I mean, like, are there options? Is it gendered?
No. There is one that has like a dick and titties. So like just to make everyone feel good.
Why do I come here? What am I doing here?
Oh yeah, that's true. What are you doing here?
Like,
well,
no,
Only
tell
you
some
can
more
answer that.
bad eating disorder jokes. That'll be
oh
a good
sure.
intro
We
for
got
me.
some great bulimia stuff.
It's
Yeah.
so weird. It's like because I feel like
Sometimes you just got to get them out of your system.
Well, no,
just purge them.
The faster the better, because the longer it stays in you, the more calories you get.
But you guys, it's like you guys can make jokes as long as they're funny. Like.
Oh, I just made a terrible one that wasn't funny. I can do that
like
too.
that's why it just bums me out. Like, I mean, it's just like they're not funny jokes, and it's like it is about Eating Disorder Awareness Week. Like, if you really do want to talk about that, like, it's serious. It's like any other addiction. It's like a real thing, and I think like these kind of jokes, like, it just perpetuates like that.
Yeah, Brent.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, when you say funny jokes, though, it's subjective.
Yeah,
some people
totally.
like them, some people don't. So
But I guess like if you had an eating disorder, I would like be more into hearing your jokes about that.
Oh, okay.
Just to be totally honest.
I do. I'm
Fair
hungry
enough.
all the time for no reason. I mean, there's no way that I'm as hungry as
I would be
actually am.
more into your jokes if it was revealing something vulnerable about you or you were shitting on yourself. Like then I would be more into your jokes.
Well, to be fair, these are not all scripted. What I've been doing today. I mean,
yeah, I'm just being real.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. But I am
Appreciate
too. And I would say, I mean, you're never going to have personal experience with every joke as a comedian you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like, I'll say it. If it's not funny, I won't. I try not to be a jerk. I do try to make things funnier than they are offensive, and not just pick on people. But I don't think you should censor yourself preemptively. if you think
Totally.
that. Yeah.
But I just am not going to pretend to laugh.
Okay.
Sure, that's okay.
Well,
And-
why do you have to pretend to do that? Why don't you just not laugh if they're not funny?
Because I don't know, you guys want to have me on here to I assume to talk about the skinny, and it's like I wouldn't feel right just being like, oh, you guys can make like bad eating disorder jokes, but like I really would want to talk about like what the show's about. You know?
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
so you actually had
and
an
we're
eating
not
disorder.
really just like a place that people joke about everything. We do talk
No,
about
and like I'm all my friends are comedians. Like I totally get it, and I don't want to like drop this bomb, and now everyone feels like absolutely you should fucking say whatever you want to say.
Have you had this problem?
Absolutely, but like no, I just notice in press like people try to talk to me about, it, and they're like, oh, is it binge worthy? Is it? And it's like kind of like when I made the rape film, you know, and people are like, oh, like do you want to get raped again? And it's like it's just a fine line where it's like, I don't know. Like I know I've made jokes before, and I don't know. I think it's a conversation. That's why I want to bring it up. I'd love to talk about it.
Fair enough. And I didn't realize that you'd actually had an eating disorder. So.
And that's like totally cool. I'm like totally great and actually single. But yeah.
So
I just wanted to bring it up.
how was Utah?
It was amazing. It was really cool. I'm still drunk. I hooked up with a bisexual guy. It was really fun.
Okay.
And I guess we'll hear more later.
We will. We got to go to our commercial break. But before we do, I want to put up an image from something that I'm dealing with here. Coming up in Chicago, it's Ferris Fest.
Indeed.
I'll be going to Chicago and running a tour out there from Lake Forest to Chicago from May 20th to the 22nd. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have actors from the movie and screenings, and we'll have a couple other people from different films like No More Yankee My Wanky, The Donga Need Food. It's going to be awesome. So check out ferrisfest.com, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
I'm Laura Samoza.
I'm Sterling Gardner.
And we are Between the Sheets every Monday here, 3 p.m., tradiov.com.
T Radio V.
That's right, it's T Radio V, radio in TV. What is that face?
He wants to see our hands.
That's radio in TV. Wah, 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 wah.
We're not a couple.
Hi kids, Billy and Francesca here for my brand new show at T Radio V, Advice from an Idiot, every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. So please call in and get some advice from someone who knows absolutely nothing about everything.
Hey, my fellow thoughters out there. I'm Charles Shaughnessy. Check out my new show, Here's a Thought with Charles Shaughnessy, August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. Now, you know I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you have to say. So let's get this conversation going. Here's a Thought, starting August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. That's radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
I actually went to high school with Mark Zuckerberg, who founded Facebook, but one of us has $10 billion. I might have been a co-founder of Facebook, but then I'm like, get real. If I'd been friends with him, I would have affected his life. He wouldn't have done exactly the same things at the same times. He probably never would have even invented Facebook. So it makes me feel better, because I'm like, hey, I made Facebook possible. That's pretty good. I like Facebook a lot. I meet some people now who hate it, though. And they'll always say stuff like, I don't like Facebook because I'm friends with people I don't even know. Yeah, that's your fault. That means at some point someone sent you a friend request and you're like, oh, I hate it when people I don't know add me. Except. Like, how bad are you at saying no? Were you a kid like, oh, I hate it when strangers ask me in the van. All right, let's go.
All right, we're back here on Grand Theft Audio. This is Jake Belcher.
I'm Brand Thoman, also looking like Timothy Hutton today, apparently.
You guys came up with a name of who it was?
Timothy Hutton, yeah. She mentioned that earlier, and it's like, yes, I've gotten Timothy Hutton before, so.
You're like a Bond or something too, right?
No, that was Timothy Dalton.
Oh, my bad.
Timothy Dalton. Boy, I wish I looked like that.
I've never saw it anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. Also in studio with us still.
Toby Muresianu.
Selma Hayek.
Yeah, you're looking good. You
really good.
I knew it.
Hot racist bitch. That's all I know is it.
Selma.
Or body double at least.
Yeah. You also got to get up on that mic so we can get you better. You know.
Oh, I'm so quiet and demure. I've never gotten that in my whole fucking life.
You're always like, get away from me.
Everyone's like, I'm always like, shut up.
Shut up, woman. Yeah, that's not good. Hey, we have a couple of daily holidays I want to get through before we get out of here.
Sure.
Let's see. Going on today. What's today's date?
24th.
Wednesday the 24th. This is World Bartender Day. Do you guys ever have? Do you have? I guess it's really bad for Brent because I just forgot it.
No, but I was a bartender. I bartended for many years in my 20-year career in the food service industry. So
now that you are, along your path of sobriety, do you still feel that you could bartend?
Oh, I don't think that's a good. I don't at this point. Not after only 36 days.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't think
I
that's.
was gonna say, when did you get sober?
36 days ago.
What? How are you standing? Oh
Quite
yeah,
easily.
congratulations.
Because I'm not drinking. If I was drinking, I wouldn't be standing. I'd
Did
be
you
lying.
have like physical? freak out?
I did. I didn't have to like go through into a detox center, but I did detox. There were a couple of days there after the binge drinking that I had done that. My body had to withdraw from it, and so yeah, there were a couple of days where it was rough. But I mean, I've seen other people who've had seizures, and some of the people I've dealt with over the last 36 days. I mean, not dealt with, gotten to meet through this program, has been great. I mean, we were talking earlier. It's like trying to make
back to me.
Well, no, a little bit because you were talking about with like the eating disorders and making jokes about them. It's like it's fine for like drunks to make fun of drunks inside that place, and there are a lot of laughs. It's one of the things I really do appreciate is how much laughter, which I hadn't ever experienced before. When going to these meetings, and it's just
totally.
No, I'm just saying it's just like I
bulimics
completely
are
understand.
hilarious.
Yes.
We're hilarious, but I think just specifically because of eating disorders, I think personally, like I'm always like, oh my god, I wish I was a heroin addict. Because that's so much sexier. People understand that. There's a million movies about that. Like, we get it. I think with eating disorders specifically, it's always like, come on, bitch, like, eat. Like, you're a stupid white girl, just eat a sandwich and get over it. Or just, like, making fat jokes or whatever. And just, like, something that I'm trying to show in my show is, like, the show is a comedy and it's ridiculous. But also, like, having eating disorders hell. It's hell. Like, you hate yourself and you can't stop. And it's really serious. So it's kind of like an interesting thing trying to like navigate that in the world and be like, you have to laugh at yourself. Absolutely. Like, I take a shit on someone's lawn, like in a diaper. Yeah. Like the show's ridiculous, but it's also really sad.
It's the insanity that we go through. I mean, because
which is every
it's just like, exactly. It's just another form of addiction. So we've all gone through, we've all had those all shitting in a diaper moments, within this that you can joke about. And it's just a matter of being able to present it properly. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know how we got onto my sobriety.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I am too. I think it's great. It's
Congratulations.
the best development for the show in a long time.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever's best for the show.
Well, it's been bad. I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but like we would plan things and he would forget that we talked about stuff. And
wow. Would you come drunk here?
No, I wouldn't come drunk here, but
it's turned into a weekly show. It hasn't been as big of a thing, but when we were doing the daily
when we were doing a daily show,
it was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. We because of my night drinking, but then we also had a 1 day a week co-host that would come in, and he was all about wanting to be able to drink and be able to smoke weed on our breaks and stuff like that, which because I was an addict, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take a beer, and that beer would wind up being 3 to 4 in that 2 hour period. And it's like, it didn't dawn on me that it was an issue.
Right.
I mean, it literally had to be shown to me. I was lucky enough not to actually have to hit my bottom. I was shown it, and it was so striking and vivid that it was like, I don't want to find out what's really down there.
It's scary.
So yeah. And that's what it was. Is my instinct was completely out of fear, and that's something I've had to deal with every single day. But it's gotten easier every single day, but every day presents its new challenges. So
well, I'm glad that we've had a chance to talk about some of these things.
Sure.
But you've totally derailed the show again.
It's
fucking awful.
Thanks, man.
I hope we get to the point where we don't bring it up at all.
Back to National Bacon Day.
Yeah, National Bacon Day, National Chili Day, but we're actually out of time pretty much.
Damn.
Because we're going to talk all about International Sword Swallowers Day and what a fucking sham that industry is. Like, sword swallowing is one of the easiest rackets you can get into.
Why?
It's all lies.
But did they actually swallow the sword?
You'll have to tune in next week and find out. Because I planned an entire expose on the sword swallowing industry that we ran out of time for. So
well, you can tell us now.
I can't do it. Hey, Jessie, where can people learn more about you and get to watch your movies?
You can watch The Skinny on Refinery 29, or you just Google The Skinny Jessie Kahnweiler, or I'm on Twitter at Jess Kahnweiler, or I'm on Tinder.
What's your Tinder username?
You'll find me.
I will.
Get on there. Swipe.
I've never
have to be persistent.
I have this thing on my finger that means I've never had to do it.
America.
So tell me what it is. Like, whisper to me. I'll tell you about sword swallowing if you tell me about. Wait, never mind. That sounds like a terrible, terrible trade. Toby, where can people learn more about you?
My website is tobythecomic.com, and I am the host of a show called Unsafe Space, which I'm actually going to right now. It's a podcast, unsafespaceshow.com. People do stand up on controversial topics, and it's just a response from experts in the field and a discussion with the audience.
Awesome.
May I recommend eating disorders sometime?
Yeah.
Brant, where can people learn more about you?
Let's see. You can go to find me on Facebook at Brant Thoman, and then on Twitter, I'm at Raisin Brant. So.
All right.
No numbers or nothing.
I'm at Jake Belcher. You can always follow the show at Grand Theft Audio. Next week we have on my original co-host. I'm going to do the first show with him in 4 years, 5 years. I don't know. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out battle because we're going to fucking get into like what happened, man. So Carl Kozlowski and I go one-on-one. We also have joining us in the studios. Man, people like Carl.
I love Carl.
And then going into it, we're also going to have the Weed Brothers-in-law. They're going to come in and they're going to tell you how you can get away with every marijuana thing you possibly want to. So this is Jake Belcher. You're watching Grand Theft Audio on T Radio V.
I'm Brant Thoman.
I'm Toby Muresianu.
Oh, TV radio. I'm Jessie Kahnweiler.
Yes.
Call me.
Sure. Reminding you once again, fuck yourselves. Bye.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio and TV.